fan. If you've checked out any of these before, just yet, the garble mess up the connection. So even if I did really make it easy to understand, first it just jumps around really hard to hear. A lot of packs to open up. Get to that in a second. Minute. Make sure they don't boot us from the broadcast process. But mic is in, mic is on, mic is being used. So that seems to be one of the ways to sort of ensure that we don't get booted. However, for anybody that actually wants to go ahead and watch these things, there's got to be close to like, I don't know, 50 of them up there now. Just in the last like week alone, it feels like. It's been a bit of a grind. Static images like this, you know, even though I can go like that and it's, yeah, it's not exactly static anymore. But static images and me talking, which, you know, I've proven is capable of taking up about 8 hours or so out of about a 12-hour live broadcast. Even 2 minutes I think is too long. So we're trying to jam out here with this one, but that's partially just to wake my ass up a little bit. It's late. It is late. Also, I was trying to save this. I didn't really want to do it yet. I have some more things to complete. They could get added in here as well. But if you watched the previous live broadcast, you would probably understand why I don't really have an interest in doing that. I was looking to sleep, even though I'd set alarms. I opted not to wake up for them initially, and then I just kind of said screw it, got out of bed, came up in here. So that would have been, does that even make, yeah, I guess that makes sense. It was about 2 hours and 20 minutes ago. I'm surprised I've been up that long. But yeah, that checks out. Checking out the time right now. And said, okay, I'll go back into doing the live broadcast stuff that I was doing before. Played, I think, a couple. I don't even remember. Maybe a couple of games of Draft Champions. But point is, the second game, Draft Champions, yeah, I played 2. First one was I didn't have the mic in for either one of them. I wasn't doing any commentary. If I did, if what I was saying during those games got broadcast, I think that I'd have a better chance of getting at least a temp ban from YouTube, or at least being listed as you know, adult content only, or whatever the advisory warning is, or whatever. Because I tend to use colorful language in general, but this was me in rare form. Even though I was dead tired and it's super quiet around here, and that's about as respectful as I could be to anyone in the neighborhood. But it was not pretty. The first team was, you know, top 2 as far as worst teams I've ever drafted in Draft Champions. And it seems to be that I think that the 2 that I can think of off the top of my head, they were both part of the. That's probably a little bit too loud on the music, huh? They're both from Young Guns, so well, I'm not going to guarantee, because it's been more annoying than it has been beneficial in really any significant way. So I suppose some of the results that we got, which are going to be coming from these packs here, I guess if maybe something crazy comes out of them or whatever, then that would be more of an incentive to try to continue that Draft Champions road to the championship series. But if I do that, I think I might try to make the exception that, like, I either don't have to ever again, or maybe very rarely, like, out of the total number of drafts left, like maybe only once or twice have to fucking pick from from Young Guns again. It's just so horrendous. And obviously you're capable of getting at least one really good card, if not two, but they cannot carry your team. You're lucky if you're going to be able to get a 78 overall rating, and yeah, it makes a huge difference between 78 and 79, between 79 and 80, 80 and 81, in that format, in that game format. Second game, much different in terms of the drafts. In that one, we were Snipe Show, and had Team of the Week McKinnon, had I mean, I think the top three were all upgraded cards that had to have been at least 83 plus. Which is not saying anything bad again about, like, I think we had Rantanen's Team of the Week in the first one, in the Young Guns one, or whatever the hell they call it, but and I'd be more than happy to have that card on my squad, and give them the chance of making a team. Although now that I said that, I think I do have that card. But it was, the first one was a shit show. Still came out with a win. And then the second one, the reason why I decided to stop that process and just come on in here and go ahead and finish out these packs and then try to get some sleep, was because, again, if you watch it, even without hearing any commentary from me, you can tell. Well, I mean, first of all, you would think, okay, he's a terrible player, and in fairness, I am. I'm the first one to say it. If you go back and watch the probably close to, I don't know, at least 30 plus hours so far that I've done of live broadcasts, a lot of which has come in the last week or so. I say before anybody else can that I'm a terrible player. I'm brand new to all this, but and so I'd like to think that maybe there's some improvements, but probably not. Plus, also, in most of the games that I actually do broadcast on live broadcast, I'm not really, like, I'm not trying to win championships here. So, I'm using base settings. It's like the NHL 94 controller, where you don't even get a chance to choose your lines. Although I think that's a setting. I think I might be able to go in there and try to make that manual. Although I don't know. If you look at the controller settings, that they tell you that there's no, like, buttons that would explain how you would go about changing your lines, or how you would go about pulling your goalie without using the pause button, which means if you play an online seasons game, which I think would be the same as competitive seasons, that would make sense, where you only get one pause in the game. You basically only get one chance to pull your goalie, even though I've definitely been in situations where I've wanted to do it more than once, as well as sometimes you do it and based on whatever happens right after you try to do it, and they go back to the game decides that, in fact, he's not going to be pulled. So it's annoying. On-ice trainer is turned off. It's not adaptive or whatever. It's just basically as basic as you can possibly get. And there, any decent human player, which is, again, probably at least 95% of the players that play on the PlayStation side that I can come up against, as well as pretty much every AI computer team, except if they're rookie, or if they're semi-pro and really low rated, they should be able to beat me. So, okay, we got close to the 10-minute mark, so we're going to go ahead and get into this. You see we've got a bunch of packs here. As I was saying, though, just to button that up as we finish the first 10 minutes of nonsense here, just trying to see if anybody was going to join, which I don't think is going to happen now. It may happen towards the end of this, and then at that point it's like, well, you missed all the fun stuff, right? I just had to stop playing that because I was getting really tired to begin with, but then also, I had McKinnon, I had Stamkos in one of the two teams. I think he was in the second one, his base card though, and Billy Smith was in goal, but he's doing his Billy Smith thing, which is kind of letting way more through than he should. And then I was thinking part of that might have been my fault because I was trying to get in the path of the shot and wasn't really getting as many of those blocked as I should have. And so instead I was probably screening, not from in close, but still the fact that he was sometimes almost like not reacting at all to the shots coming in and giving up pretty easy goals. It's just like, all right, man, just like make an attempt, throw a glove up, throw a stick up, throw something up there. But that wasn't even the worst part about it. It was just like, I'd have just whoever it was. I don't think Ovi was on one of those teams, but I just had I had somebody. I guess it could have been McKinnon. Whoever it was, they were just it was an amazing player with an amazing I think it was an upgraded card or whatever. And like in more than one situation was in a spot where give me half an ounce of more I'm gonna say what a yawn while I say it. It's like half an ounce more of being awake and every single time I'm gonna score in that spot. And I did it 2 or 3 times, and I think one time like missed the net completely, another time I think it was a wiffle ball on the shot. It was just so pathetic. It was a terribly played game. Luckily, I got my shit together for at least a few plays, and that's all that made the difference. I think I ended up winning by like 3, but it was like 7-4 on the first tier of draft champions. Again, with a well drafted team. I don't know if I don't remember if it was 80. It might have been as low as 79 because the lower end guys were lower end. But man, point being, like, you should not be giving up 4 goals on that tier unless you're doing it intentionally to try to bring the score back and get some empty netters. Because out of those 7 goals, at least 1, if not 2, I think 2 actually, were empty netters towards the end of the game. Anyway, without further ado, we're going to open packs. Well, we are going to open packs. However, we have a little something to do. And by the way, part of the reason why I was considering waiting is because I still don't have this question answered for me. And I guess the only way that this question would get answered is during this broadcast of opening these packs. We have some packs in which we can pull some of these special cards out of them. But I don't want this fucking card at all. If I get it in any way, I don't want him on my team. He's never ever playing on my team. I just had a chance to draft him in Draft Champions with this base card, which I'm assuming based off of this was a 73 overall. I mean, I know it was a gold common, as that card there should be, but it's going to be considered a rare. And I didn't even look at it. Luckily, there were some other better choices in that round of 4 draft. But yeah, it's just a terrible card. Usually, I tend to not talk shit about the actual players. But I don't have much respect for his game, and I actually do think that he's one of the many people that basically deserves his rating this year. So yeah, I don't want this card at all. And you see, it's available basically until 2 p.m. Pacific time today, as it's Halloween. Happy Halloween, I guess. But it's the morning, so it's not really fucking Halloween yet. But yeah, I just have no interest in that card whatsoever. And the thing that sucks is just yesterday, this section had Primetime Malkin and Primetime. That couldn't have been the only one, right? I thought they listed like 3. Yeah, they did. And I was gonna say there was another one that was really good too. No, it's in my live broadcast, I'm sure. So I guess I can find out for myself that way. Whatever the other one was, I thought it was pretty sweet. And then the third, I think if there was a third one, I didn't really care for the third one, but whatever, no big deal. And then there was, I think yesterday, they did not have any alumni after having 5, up to and including a 90 overall Messier as part of a Rangers only, which is like, all right, fine, cool. Was it like 94 Rangers alumni? Like, I think was it that specific? It was a departure from what they've normally done. Let's just say that. But again, at least one or two out of those would be maybe even the top three would be cards that I would definitely be excited to have normally. And then they replaced it, and they didn't have any alumni, and instead we ended up with was it I think that's what it was. I think it switched to 3 primetime and just the 1 alumni. And again, no offense meant to the alumni player, not the alumni. Sorry, I guess I should be in bed as opposed to trying to do something like this live. Not alumni. Milestone. I don't remember who it was. Something tells me it was like a Dallas Star who got it from like games played or whatever. So again, I'm not saying anything bad about that player. The card, I'm sure, is perfectly fine. It's just not necessarily something that I would like as much. I would have preferred the prime times that were available the day before. I would have preferred the alumni that were available the day before. And then there were no alumni, I don't think. And then now, like literally right now, all we have is this prime time. The worst prime time that I have seen so far, by far. Like, I get annoyed seeing 83 overall prime times. I don't want a fucking 75, especially not a center who doesn't really have. I mean, an 86 shooting, I'm sorry, skating rating on a 75 overall is actually pretty good, pretty high. But I mean, get the fucking Anthony Duclair. Dude's a 91 on his base, so the upgrade card's got to be 93, right? I mean, if you're looking for just speed, this guy is not your answer. And what do you want? A two-way forward who's technically a center, as a 75 overall on your team. Now, having said that, honestly, as I said, if it comes up in one of the few packs that I'm going to be opening that is going to be providing tradable cards, then he's going to be on the market. So in that case, no one pay attention to anything that I said in the last 10 minutes. This is a fantastic card, and everyone should definitely be trying to buy it for, I don't know, like 6 figures, just on average. A lot more coins than what you see there currently available on in my coin purse. However, that's the only special card, right? Other than, okay, team of the week. I don't think I definitely have not done it, and I don't think that it's possible. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to me if the 90 overall non-loan Dustin Byfuglien card was available to be pulled in packs, because they spent the whole month basically trying to hype the process of getting this card up. Had him still salty, kind of part of the reason how we ended up into this whole new format channel of only playing with non-tradable cards, just because had an accounting error when selling the card on the marketplace, and sold it for 10 times less than I wanted to. Took a huge loss, so kind of just been in sell-off mode since then and trying to find other ways to make this game somewhat more exciting for me. And if you are watching this and you'd like to see other games shown through live broadcasts or gameplay recording that's done in a more professional edited format, well, you may be in luck, because as I'm part of going through this process of selling, I'm also noticing a couple of other games, not even necessarily sports games, that I may be interested in. That again, that had a slight flash, but not a full one even. The lights here don't need to be losing power right now. So yeah, I've mentioned specifically the main one or two that I'm considering there. I'm not going to go into it here. We're already 20 minutes in. Point is, I don't think you can pull the Buffy. I've pulled plenty of the other Halloweens though, so I know that's possible. And then that 89 overall Gatorade Crosby is available now. That season has been completed. Um, Spoiler alert, I did not finish in the top 5. I mean, I should see if there's anybody selling it on the marketplace, but who cares? I mean, if they are, they're trying to get 4 million plus for it. But even though there are other 89 overall Crosby's already, and there will be later, and then there will be other upgrades throughout the year, and eventually there'll be a 99 Player of the Year. Pardon me, let me block that. Sorry you lose the music for a second there, but you also don't get coughed in your ear. So I guess that card could be available, right? Technically, and then I guess that card could be available technically. Don't want this at all, and so normally would want to wait, or maybe go back to even just yesterday when the cards were better choices from a prime time and milestone standpoint. But we can't, because by end of today's daily refresh, you lose all of this value. Now, maybe it's just me, but I kind of feel like this Team of the Week number 6, which I know that there have been some really good, or at least halfway good, some really decent cards that have been included in Team of the Week up to this point. But and I'd have to actually click in here, I guess, to see. There's 11 cards shown there, which includes Martin Jones, who's a goalie. So 10 position players. And I've played the Team of the Week. It's a full squad. So yeah, I guess there's more than just what's shown there. Which makes sense. But just even out of what's shown there, it's 83 plus. The bottom 3 are 83. Middle 3 are 284s and an 85, again with Rantanen. Top 3, not on the right side, is an 85 Landeskog and 287s, Ekman Larson and Hall. I know I've talked about that particular card, that Hall, earlier, basically at the beginning of this week, I guess. Just as being another part of the catalyst for me looking to dump what I have in the marketplace and just only play with tradable cards. Because him, and then right next to him, McKinnon, being included as Team of the Week this week, had an impact on the Evo market, as well as choices that I'd made previously in the auction house that ended up coming bite me in the ass. Really poor choices that I made, I guess. So there's that, but there's also the fact that if I don't do this right now, assuming that packs that you open are based off of what are currently available in packs when you open them, I guess that's part of what we're going to test. However, all of these packs have been accumulated this week while this Team of the Week has been available, and that is the fact that I could potentially get any of these cards, and I've already gotten the Landeskog, so it's hard to improve from that as far as overall ratings. Technically, Rantanen would tie that, but there are 4 that would beat it, and that is tough to do. Obviously the McDavid would be the fucking best, but it's like we got that though. So, but the thing is, some of these packs were picked up prior to today starting. Before it hit 2 p.m. Pacific time, technically yesterday, and this card popped up. So, if say we get a primetime Malkin, that tells you one of two things: that the packs are either actually based off of what was available in packs at the time that you accrued the pack, which would be kind of cool, or that when you open packs, the options that are potential as probabilities to get from those packs are essentially the full list of cards that have been available up to that point, with probably some possible exceptions. I would guess this Buffalo would be an exception to that. I would guess the Crosby would be an exception, because why would you have this whole extensive series of competitive play to try to get this card and only give out. I still don't know. Somebody feel free to let me know, clue me in, and correct me or whatever. Although I'm not really making a declarative statement, so I guess you're not technically correcting me. But best I can tell you, you either get there's either 5 total of these in circulation, or there's 5 on each of the 2 platforms, PlayStation and Xbox, meaning that there's 10 total. Which again, I mean, if you're like me and you're only playing on one platform, it doesn't matter technically, I guess, because that would mean even in the best case scenario where there's 5 and 5, you only have access to the 5 on your platform, and so you're kind of subject to the whims of whomever those 5 winners were on your side and what prices they want to try to garner from it. But if it's just 5 overall, yeah, I mean, this would be like worst case scenario. So say there's like 5 overall, and on all 5 were won by Xbox players. As far as I can tell, that would mean that these would not be available to PlayStation players, because that can never be sold or traded cross-platform. So having I hadn't really thought about it that way, but having said that out loud, that would make sense to me. That it would seem that if EA had put any kind of thought into it like that they would have thought, okay, well, we can't have that happen, so we should do, different. The season should be different. You should only play against players on your same platform, and therefore, 5 should go to PlayStation and 5 should go to Xbox. That would make a lot more sense. But even so, that basically means that there's max 10 of these in the world, and 5 on each platform. Why would you go through all that process and then make it so you can just pull them from a pack? Because I'm not necessarily suggesting that the packs that we're pulling are really all that special. So I'm thinking that card is not going to be there, that card is not going to be there. Other cards like that, I'm guessing, are also not going to be there. I've never pulled a straight legend card. I've pulled the alumni base cards that are upgradable to legend status. I've also pulled the special alumni that are not part of the legend process. So again, like if I'd done this, I think 2 days ago, then I could have pulled the 90 overall Messier. And then what? So then, like, the fact that they moved on to Halloween, I have pulled other Halloween cards, Marchand and all the rest. It seems like people are really into, like, now I feel like I'm getting 2 players confused, and I should just look this up. I could probably just click on Halloween or go into the sets or whatever, and it would tell me. But wow, what the hell? He's on my team too, so like I just click on my team. But the is it red? It's not red. It's not red off, is it? It's red. I don't know, dude. Whatever. Sorry to that player and fans of his and fans of his real life team. Begins with an R. He's a top tier player. It's Halloween with, I think, a +4, +6 became like an 86 or something like that. Pretty solid card. Anyway, I was able to pull that as well. Basically, have the entire Halloween set outside of the buff one that we did have and don't anymore. So yeah, I don't think you can pull the buff one. And then now the fact that we're on to Halloween, I can't imagine that you can pull any form of Evo card. Like even whatever the lowest overall Evo card that was available at that time, I just don't see that being available in packs. It just wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. And I mean, if you can't pull, at least for me, I haven't been able to pull any legends. I guess the lowest overall legend card and the cards in the game are 88 overall, with different values being placed on different players with 88 in the market right now, and have been for some time. But if you can't, so basically, if you can't pull an 88 Taidomi, then why in the hell would you be able to pull a 99 Gretzky or Lemieux? It's just not going to happen, right? I mean, even if they gave you like a 0.0001%, which I don't think they're doing, I mean, I guess in that case you'd have at least some chance of doing it, but just does not seem likely. So it just seems to me like you obviously you can get this card. I've gotten Kuznetsov, I've gotten Letang, I've gotten other people. So we know that can happen, but again, don't want it, especially not in non-tradable format. But who cares? I guess then at that point that's going to be a 75 that I'm just going to toss into the churner for cards that I'm going to trade. 30 minutes in, we should get to the point at some point. The point was, I feel like if I don't do this right now, and the polls that you get are based off of what is available in basically these sections, in prime time, time of the week, in alumni, in milestone. There should be some good milestones coming soon, and hopefully they make some solid choices for the alumni as well. And it's not as though the real life NHL players are not playing well, so there's opportunities for solid prime times too. But, geez, man, I mean, any of those on the top for sure. Ekman Larson, Hall, McKinnon, McDavid. I get those in untradeable format. Those guys are on my team basically almost for life. Rantanen almost as well. Martin Jones suddenly becomes an upgrade for the most part. I mean, he's right there with the other people that are basically, number one, number two as far as my goalies. And I've tested the card out in other formats and have liked it. But you just go down the whole list. I mean, I've played with the other cards. I don't think I played with the Team of the Week Yandle, but I like the base card Yandle. I played with that in Draft Champions. So I think I would enjoy the 83. But yeah, I'll be honest, 83s at that point, you're starting to get to a point where a lot of times they're players that they're not going to see a lot of ice time for me on my main team. But now getting to the actual point, for those that have never seen any broadcasts, haven't bothered to watch any prior to this one, and I get it, it's a pack poll, so I should probably get off of this screen because it could screw up the thumbnail and force me to have to go back in and like adjust it, assuming that I can on live broadcast. I know I can for edited videos. The new format channel, again, is untradeable, non-tradable cards. Find their way onto my team and play in all forms of HUT. Except for when you see there other recommendations, things that we're doing in terms of kind of testing, sort of on behalf of the entire NHL 19 / HUT community, of whether the AI defense tuner had in fact been properly tweaked or tuned. Done a bunch of testing on that. A lot of content available through live broadcast for people to see on their own. Admittedly, I did not even bother to stay on the screen and did other stuff while a lot of those games were going on. So I didn't even catch them all. I did usually see at the end kind of what the end result was, and for me that was in some cases enough to know what the deal was. And without going off and do a whole thing on that, I think I can get this done in less than a minute. I would say it has improved. If your concern was that the AI defense was too OP, had way too much ease in interception, and getting to loose pucks, and being able to control the 50-50s, so that seemed to be less buffed in their favor, and there were some other things that they were slightly not as crazy good at, but they were still pretty solid. Yeah, so it's not necessarily the people that said the game has been solved, that AI defense has been solved. I'm not sure if I'm on board with that, but here's the thing: looking for untradeable. We said in the where could we possibly be going, right? I mean, we said that we were going to definitely have a 90 overall legend card added, not just to the collection, but to the squad of untradables. Who could? That's yeah. So okay, right, and then here we go. Did I trick you? Did I trick you into this here one? What happened there? Man, I want to add my other. Oh, geez, that didn't sound good. Okay, good. It was just a one-time. This set cannot be completed again, but I want another one. All right, let's go into unopened packs. Not gonna be first on the list, huh? Got a few here, huh? Boom. Slow burn. What could it be? You're gonna get a good card? Untradeable 90 legend. Joey. He's new and he's a Dyke. I mean, what? Sorry, geez, it's late. Joe Newendike. Synergies for the boys. What I call Dazzler. Dangler Zone. Face-Off Master. In my opinion, which I basically was just arguing with somebody in one of the communities, kind of important for centers, as well as their face-off rating, which is something that's impacted by face-off master if that synergy is activated. And hey, guess what? He's on 95 overall in face-offs. But what the hell, man? He's 99s for skates. 99 acceleration, 98 agility, 99 balance, 87 endurance, 99 speed. Quick dude. Not the first card outside of Gretzky and Lemieux's legends to get the 99 overall speed, but there aren't very many so far. Offensive awareness 99 for a two-way forward centerman who's not that shabby at shooting and pretty damn fast, also sticking with the 95 defensive awareness. Not that a guy that is essentially going to be upgraded to, 99 face-offs if you put the correct synergies on. And again, you don't go higher than 99. I don't know why you wouldn't want him taking face-offs for you. But hey, if you want to take advantage of that 91 defensive awareness, because you're really lacking in defense, and I don't know, you super stacked your team with current playing centers who aren't very good at face-offs, then okay. Go ahead and let them play center, I guess, and toss him on the defensive side. But I'm not saying the rest of his defensive stats are really all that great, in my opinion. Shooting is good. Obviously, much better at wrist shots than slap shots. But he can shoot. Can pass okay. It's not bad. Obviously can handle, which again, if you're gonna be synergizing Dazzler hands, then hand-eye 91, as well as puck control at 84. You'd like to be slightly better. Am I really complaining about a 90 overall legend who's can't possibly get faster and with synergies can't possibly get higher on faceoffs? Also can't get any higher on offensive awareness? No, I'm not complaining. I'm pointing out the specifics here, right? It's a fucking awesome card. Welcome to the team, Joe. Or am I gonna? Oh, geez. Oh, wait. Oh no! Don't send to the collection. All right, that's some other packs to open up. Here's what I feel like I should just leave this here for 10 minutes because this was the opening shot. And therefore, that's what I was hoping was going to end up. I actually did it where you could still see that there was previous, so there were more packs than what was just on the screen, but also said gold rare. So I wanted to kind of entice through the thumbnail. And 40 minutes in, we've enticed a full 0 people to join at all. So I was just going to go straight into the gold rare and open that up, but that one, and there should be a couple others. That one technically, it's with a slight variation. I think there's one more bronze pack, right? So those 3 have sort of kind of quote unquote real cards in them. So part of me feels like I should maybe start with those. Although that, I don't know, that might make it a little bit anticlimactic. Because those might be the best cards, or the best packs, I guess, actually, to pull. But at the same time, these packs, no disrespect, but they're readily available in the marketplace. And maybe I should make a thing where, like, if I don't get, because we're looking at, oh, we're in the totally wrong section here. Okay, well that says 32, so I'm not going to bother to count. Let's just assume that it's 32 or around 32. So there's 30 plus packs in here, but you know, packs, like, it includes stuff like this. It's not really a pack. It's a pack that includes one player, and it's a lone player. But lone players qualify as untradeable and being able to make the team. So even though I haven't bothered to open those in the 2 or 3 weeks that I've had them, I guess I'll do it now because I'm going to open up all the packs. So maybe I should make a thing where if I don't get, because I don't think there's any other guarantees in here. I mean, there's gold rare, so we are guaranteed, and this is already an 80, so we are guaranteed that this is not going to be the only 80 overall plus card that we're going to get from these 30 packs. Because I think also, no, right? Yeah, because there's another one here, but it's it's another loan as well. This, no, and then so the gold pack is also technically a no. I'll do this. We'll go to the store. I'll do this real quickly. Promise. So that is this pack here. Again, it says the same thing here as it does in the pack screen that I'm in. You know, 20 items, 6 player items, 1 guaranteed rare, 1 being a guaranteed gold player, and at least 6 gold items. Now, I've done this a bunch of times, and for me, I always read that as it's saying, you know, again, it's 6 player items, 1 of which will be a guaranteed rare, and 1 of which will be a guaranteed gold player, but not that 1 of those 6 will be a guaranteed gold rare player. There is a difference, and at least 6 gold items. And you look at the probabilities, 100% that you're gonna get a 74 plus, and then that's basically it. But you could also get alumni players, and you have a 14% chance of 83 plus. So, and the other two, you know, it's this is silver, yeah, it's 100%, 68 plus. And technically they're saying you cannot pull anything, I mean, 80 plus for me, you shouldn't say 80 plus if what you really mean is like 80 to 83 or 80 to 85 even. Because 80 plus technically means they can be 99s, and that is just not a thing. So just, it's a personal preference on my part. I just would like that to be adjusted, even though I can understand how that would be a marketing thing, but let's keep it real. It's 7,500 coins. It's 140 NHL points. Wait, is it? Yeah, 150. So it's $1.50, yo. I mean, how many $1.50 packs are you trying to sell that you need to you know, make a slight adjustment to how you show probabilities to maybe make people think like, well, I could pull a legend from that. I could pull a Gretzky legend from that. And the players that have pulled tons of these packs, especially these 3, but I guess technically also the other 3 essentials. And I'm not using that word to suggest that these are essentials. Like, that's, if you look right there above gold plus, it like literally says essentials. Good cards have come from these. I got plenty early in the game. I guess helped me at that time, and so technically it's helped me to get to the point that I'm at now, which is deciding to basically dump my entire team and only play with players that I literally can't sell. Having said that, you know, especially the gold, this one here has been my go-to, honestly, out of these 6. You know, if you are using the points, you can get 2 of these cheaper than you can get 1 of the gold plus. And I'm not saying I didn't get anything good out of the gold plus. I'm not saying that it's not something that's worthwhile to get, but it's just, I don't know. I kind of felt like out of the, you know, it's like that's 6 and that's 12, so it's supposed to be half, but I don't know. I just, for some reason, I don't think it's based on the probabilities, right? Because those are the probabilities, and then those are the probabilities. I mean, you can get a team of the week. It does say now, Evo players 0%. Obviously, at the beginning of the year, their Evo players didn't exist, so that was not listed. And I think that was helpful for them to indicate that it's not a possibility. And I think that started to pop up towards the end of the Evo month, or maybe they waited until Halloween came out to kind of indicate, hey, you can't get an Evo card, but then can you get Halloween cards? I would assume so. And then why wouldn't you indicate what the probabilities of those are? But yeah, you can get alumni and you can get Team of the Week with 8.1% in every one of these packs. It's not bad. And this week's Team of the Week, again, at least for me, if you're buying a bunch of packs, how are you not getting that pack? Especially since this one is saying you basically can't get that you can get alumni, but you pretty much cannot get Team of the Week. So those are the probabilities, right? And then we do have the one bronze, so 100% on 56 plus, but 3.3% on 80 plus. So, you know, there's that 3.3% chance that we can get a Gretzky 99, right? No, it's not how it works. Man, so we are totally on the wrong screen, but that's okay. I guess it's not giving away everything I got behind that. Point is, we got A bronze, we got A silver, we got A gold, standard. We got that special pack, which is going to give us at least a couple of cards. But as far as regular packs, that's pretty much it. These are all going to get us 80 pluses as well. But I've done a bunch of those. You see what those are. You get kind of get lucky to get some good cards out of those. So should I make this a thing? And and then we're just going to jump into this because we've been talking way too long. This is a pack opening video, so I should basically start over at this point and redo it now, and then just like let people listen to what I said here. Problem with that is I did bother to put some stuff I think into like the description and stuff like that, but you know, who cares? I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm going to restart, and then I'm gonna do the usual wasting a minute so that it doesn't so that the broadcast actually goes through and the audio is not garbled, and then we'll come in here and we'll open packs and we'll just go straight into opening. But here's what I'm going to say to you guys here in this one that listened to kind of the preview video, I guess, prior to the pack opening, even though I did kind of ruin it, I guess, because I've already opened up the Nieuwendyk. But whatever, I think it's still okay to kill this one and to start a fresh one and just do straight pack openings. If we do not get out of these 30 plus packs, what should the level be? Should I go as ballsy as to say an 85 plus? If we don't get a single, at least one of any type, doesn't matter, 85 plus player, then I have to use some of the very limited coins that I have left. And that does not include taking stuff from these packs and putting them onto the market at possibly cheap prices to get more value, to get more coins. It simply means going out of that 40K that I currently have now, and probably buying this pack, the gold pack. I don't even know. I'd have to go back to the store to see if we even have enough for a gold plus. I don't think there's any value, honestly, in the Halloween pack. So I think we just have to be a standard pack. But is that what I should do? I guess there'll be about a 2-minute delay between this and the next video where we're just our straight opening packs. But I feel like I should kind of make that as part of the thing. If I'm trying to hype this up as we're gonna get a huge pull, at least one, and then we don't, and then what are we gonna say that is? It's got to be like at least an 83 plus. Do I want to say 85? Okay, we'll do that. We will say, out of these 30 packs, if we do not get in any form an 85 plus player, I will use coins. Just make sure I can, first of all. I'm pretty sure I can, because I just said this, right? Oh, geez, that's... Okay, so, well... I was going to say... we got to pull an 85, and if I don't, I'll spend which I've never done. I will spend coins on a pack and I'll get another gold pack. And then at that point, if we don't have an 83, I would say, okay, now we'll do the gold plus, but I don't have enough coins for that. And if I'd say if we don't get an 85, we'll do a gold plus. I do have coins for that, but then I've got 5K left. And then I could get a bronze plus. What are the probabilities here? That's not looking good. Wouldn't even be able to get a silver. Can get 2 regular bronze. Any of the Halloweens going for that much? No, of course they're not, because they're special. Jeez. Alright. I feel like I'm painting myself in a corner here. We could get 2 of these. Alright, so we'll do that. Here's the deal. I'm making with you guys. Hey, we got somebody in here. So whoever this is, feel free to say hello. You're gonna hear what the deal is, and depending if you do say something and you're one of my regulars, I got about 3 or 4 of you guys. If you are one of the regulars, I might just continue on with this video, but the intention is we're gonna kill this video in about a second, and we're gonna start up a brand new one, and that one is gonna be just pack openings, which we've not done yet. We got 32 already to open. And the deal that I'm going to make, again, feel free to say hello, even though people just tend to come in and leave. If I don't get an 85 plus, and we're already excluding the Joe Nieuwendyk that everyone has that I just got, which was the fake part of the teaser, that came from this hour, then that's it. That's all we've done. We haven't opened up any actual packs. But out of those 32 packs, we know we're getting 80 plus for sure. We've already got 1 listed. We've got other ones that are guaranteed to be 80 plus. Not a ton though. So if we do not get an 85 plus, here's the deal that I'm making to this person that may or may not even be listening, but anybody else that checks this out later. I will, for the first time ever, I don't have a ton of coins, but I will use coins to buy packs. And if I don't get an 85 plus in those first 32 packs, I will buy 1 of these gold packs, which is already one of the 32 that we're going to be pulling. So it's whatever. That person left. So that means I get to restart the broadcast for sure. But I will still continue with my points, my promise that I'm making. Out of those 32 packs, if we do not get an 85 plus in any format, I will spend coins to get this gold pack. And if out of those first 32, we did not get an 83 plus, and that obviously meant that we did not get an 85 plus. Well, we got another person here. Feel free to say hello. I don't know when exactly you came in. I don't know if you heard. I was just making the promise of what we're doing here with the 32 packs that we're opening. That if we do not get an 85 plus in any format, then I will, for the first time ever, use coins to buy packs. I will buy this pack right here, this gold pack, at least one of them for 15,000 coins. If I don't get an 85 plus in the first 32 that we're going to open, because we know we're getting a guarantee of 80 plus for sure, but that doesn't mean that we're going to get any 85s. So if we don't, I will use coins and I will get this gold pack. Then, if out of those first 32, as well as in this first gold pack, if we had never pulled an 83 plus, which means that we obviously didn't get an 85 plus, which then means that we spent the coins and bought this one gold pack. So out of those first 32, we didn't get an 83 plus. And then we went in and spent the coins and we got this pack here. And those are the percentages. It's only 14% or better for 83 plus. And we don't get one out of that, I will use the rest of my coins and I will buy a second gold pack just to see what we get. I don't have any other coins to spend, so that's going to be limited to that. Point being, out of those 32 packs, if we don't get an 83 plus, knowing that we're guaranteed to get at least 180, I think we're actually guaranteed to get at least like 4 or 5 80s pluses. I may have to buy 2 gold packs with coins, which I'm not necessarily interested in doing. New followers, cool. So is that you, dude? Is that the person who's in right now? If so, feel free to make a comment so I know that you're here. Just to keep, well, you're now a follower, so you'll see that this is going to get posted to the channel if we do cut it and start off with a new one, which I was going to do just because I feel like it's better from an editing standpoint to have the next video just be straight pack opening. Since we've gone an hour and we technically have not opened any packs yet, we just went through basically a full explanation of what we're going to do, and then I showed opening the Nieuwendyk, which every player of this game pretty much has got already. But if you make a comment, any comment down there indicating, hey, you'd prefer for me to just open the packs right now in this broadcast, as opposed to kind of waiting 2 minutes and doing a brand new broadcast, in which it'll be just strictly pack opening, I will do it. I will give you to the 56-minute mark. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds. Feel free to make a comment. If not, no big deal, man. Whoever you are, guy, girl, I guess could be. We'll go ahead and we'll kill this broadcast, and then in 2 minutes I'll start a brand new one, and it'll just be on the pack opening screen, and we're just gonna rip packs. I'll probably comment on what we get. I'll show some excitement if I'm actually excited about any of it. That's what we're gonna do. You got 5 seconds, so it looks like we're not gonna get a comment out of you. It's cool, it's fine, and you're gone. So feel free to join, man. Come back.